Penishead.
Hi guys, it's me, Penishead again. I'm back on the track here on YouTube with a new video about a new item. It's from Behringer again. It's a rebuild of the Roland CR-78 from the 70s. Little performance-oriented drum computer. And today we make a fast and hard check. Not a long video. We can listen to some things. I show you some details about the specialities. No, about the very good, very cool stuff, you know. So, and yeah, and by the way, you see here I'm a little bit damaged in my face. It's sometimes I have hard days, and then you know sometimes it's smooth and wet, and sometimes not. So this is the damage I got then. But back to the issue. In this video you will also see how we modify the drum sounds themselves by opening the box. That's very interesting. So stay tuned and hope you have fun. Let's start. And at the end of the video you see my review. Then we meet us again. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing and ringing the bell. Stay tuned. I start now the review.
So what do we have? Let's make a quick overview. We have the same housing like the Behringer TD3. Same plastic, same quality. Then we have 10 single outs, a mix out for some signal variation and start stop for pedals, MIDI in, MIDI out, USB on off. Then we have a sync on the top and the phone out. And on the top we have also 10 volume knobs for the instruments directly, and a global accent, balance fader. I come to that later. That's very interesting for performing. Then tempo variation measurement, the drum sounds selectable unit here, and some sliders because not all sounds fits to this 10 segment rotary. Then we have the track selection, that means pattern, original patterns, rhythm, write, play, and user pattern, play and write. So we have inside 32 user patterns, which means 16 on A and 16 on B. So play knob, scale function, yeah, and mute functions. And about the quality, the volume knob is excellent. We have a nice smooth rotary knobs. Also the volume knobs are from the better ones. I think they're really good. And so that's it. Let's check out some preset rhythms from the original machine. You know, you have here volume knobs for every sound. Just select the printed pattern on the top. You have also a B. So you can mute the drums. Then I can show you the balance knob. So you see on the counterclockwise we have just the bass drum and some percussion sounds, and if you go clockwise you change the relation of them and the sounding a little bit. So, and absolutely clockwise the kick drum will fade out. Now it's gone. And this concept, I think, exists only from the Roland CR-78. Let's play some rock patterns. Yeah. To make a variation, we just select about fill-in. Let's make this. We just press here and that's all. This one. They are pre-saved in the memory, so you can't change them. It depends on the volume you have. Right. So we have also breaks. And rhythm changes. And more variations where some other sounds come in. Yeah. Hi-hat. Okay. Hi bongo. Okay. And snare drum. Right. So, and off. If you don't use it, just take it off. So we have here the original patterns from the Roland. It's done fine. These are the basics of the machine. If you play the memory patterns, by the way, it's not possible to play without playing the machine, to play any drum sounds. So you cannot play by pressing the sounds just like this. You know, that's not possible. You have to program something to hear the sound. So let's start from scratch and we use the random function just like this. So as I hit start, you can write by entering, I'm on the kick drum, like this notes. You can make this, enter the notes here, and you can delete them here again. Absolutely easy. Also, it's easy about the knobs. There, you can glide on them. So it's a good hardware stuff, especially for hi-hats. Just check it out. Right, so it's easy. But back to the random stuff. That's it. Just press two knobs and you can change and edit these patterns. So the pattern, the random function, is on all drum sounds, not on all the same weight, and on the accent, the global one. I have too much snare drum. And that's how it works. Before I forgot some details, in this Behringer machine are all original functions included, like in the Roland original machine, except one thing, and this is playing, selecting multiple presets, just like this. In the Roland you can activate two presets and they play together in one pattern. This is not the case here. That's the only exclusion, but there's something else I will show you. It's also very interesting. I just play one preset, then I can switch just like normal, you know. I go back, and when I now try to lock two presets to one preset, just look at this. It plays in the direction all patterns. This also works in the user memory. Or I start here. Perhaps in an update of the firmware this will change. I don't know. So just want to show you this. So now let's come to the part where we modify the analog sounds inside the machine. So we have to screw it up, and that will be very interesting. I leave it on, you know. Because you cannot edit these sounds, you have just the volume knob. So, and we all want to know if this gear is really analog and not just only marketing. I know it because I had it open last week, so we will see it now. Just a moment. So here it is. Just keep it safe. So, and just go deeper and deeper. Let's have a look. If you see here, we have all these little holes. These are the trim podies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's all across the board. So, and let's detect the bass drum. It's here. And we play now the machine. The tempo knob is difficult in this case. So, and where's the kick drum? I think here. Right. This is the decay of the bass drum. Well, it's too big. Now I modify kick drum. Just listen. More dry. And now with a lot of decay. Yeah. So you can do a lot. Let's leave this decay and change the frequency of the kick drum. So that's all possible. I turn it back to a normal CR kick drum. I build it together again and it still works. Perhaps the kick drum is now a little bit harder, but that's okay. Yeah. What do we have now? Our technical review. What are the positive things about this gear? It sounds similar to the CR-78. That's okay, that's fine. We have all the old school functions inside from the original, so all this were taken over. Then we have additionally the 10 outputs here. This is really nice to have, and all these modern digital features. So I think that's quite a good buy. What's not so good, because I don't like it, it's just the case. The housing is not the similar aesthetic of the CR-78. You know, this is too plastic. It's not an old school case. That's gives another feeling, and not a very good feeling about this old drum machine. And what I detect is, by listening to some YouTube videos of the CR-78 original, is that the groove has not this swing, and it sounds different. The groove is different. The presets are the same, but it's not the same groove, you know. And this Behringer machine is very static, and there's something missing. It's just tight, but that's these are my negative points. So the wrong housing and the missing groove and swing inside these patterns.
So, my opinion is the Behringer RD-78 Drumcomputer does a lot of things right, not to mention almost everything. The analog drum sounds are impressive across the board, and the combination of authentic features, a classic chaser sequencer, 10 volume controls, and 10 individual outputs skillfully brings the charming concept of the Roland CR-78 into the here and now. The easy programmability and the integrated pattern memory are also real highlights that make working with the RD-78 a pleasure. However, the proverbial vintage spark didn't quite catch on for me personally, especially when it came to the sequencer groove and the sonic flair of older Roland machines. This is, of course, a very subjective perception, I know, but perhaps a slightly higher quality cabinet, such as the Grave Edge or a grind series with wooden side panels and metal switches, would have rounded off the nostalgic overall appearance even more harmoniously, you know. So, after all, as we all know, food is also a visual treat, and the plastic casing seems a bit out of place compared to the warm organic sounds. Nevertheless, the bottom line is a truly successful reach drum machine that's not only technically impressive, but also a lot of fun to jam with. Therefore, I strongly recommend checking it out for yourself, as enthusiasm often only sets in when you play. So for me, it's good enough for a good to very good rating. Yeah, that's from my side. Thanks for watching. Yours Penishead. Bye.